Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Qualified Podcast. With me today, I have Andrew Mine with his business, Qtana Cleaning. And very shortly, he's going to show why he is a different cleaning service versus the rest that I've interviewed, and its location. It's not US, it's not Canada. Andrew, first of all, thank you for joining me and being here today to share your story and in a different part of the world.
Thank you, Michael. As I said, I'm honored to be here. I love this product. It helps me a lot, our business. So yes, I'm running a cleaning business just as many of other people I saw on these type of interviews, but probably I'm the first one outside of the United States, and we are based in Mexico, Quintana Roo. It's a beautiful playa del Carmen. I came here 3 years ago with my online job, but there were some challenges, like the startup life for the application software sometimes can be tough. So at some point, I decided to try a new chapter in my life and explore cleaning business. So that's how I started to clean myself. Actually, I was cleaning myself for 6 months. It was kind of weekend project where I found few people from the Facebook, since I'm located in a touristic area. Here plenty of American and Canadian expats, and it was pretty easy to find clients. So for me, it was actually quite challenging because after online job where in the comfortable office and you have nice salary just to go and scrub toilets, that was a bit of humiliating, but that helped me to become unstoppable because I know that if I can do it and I know what it takes, I can share this experience with my cleaners because I don't use independent contractors. I hire full-time employees because my belief is that I can deliver persistent results only if I take care of the training of equipment and processes. And with this approach, we were literally based on the reviews, the best company in town. It's not big town, but still our clients love us. And
I
I'm
love
happy.
that.
Yeah, and today I'm happy to share more information about our journey.
Wonderful. Let's start in the beginning. Where were you born? Where did you grow up? There's a little bit of an accent. I know we spoke off screen about it, but share that side of the story.
Yeah, absolutely. Originally, I'm from Russia. I was born in this city called Samara. It's a beautiful city. Like with many things, when you actually live somewhere, you just take it as granted and you don't realize how good place it is until you live it. So now when I'm thinking, I haven't been living in Russia around 10 years actually. So now when I'm thinking back about my hometown, I think it's a really cool place and I can share a few interesting stories about it because it has a rich history. So this is a city that was during the Soviet era actually removed from all the maps. It was secret city and people like foreigners or even some Russians who does not have family there were forbidden to enter this city. It was a closed city because there was kind of secret production and secret development of space rockets. So till today, those rockets that were during the Soviet era and that even now, the Soyuz rockets, they are developed and built in this city. Now, obviously, anyone can meet this, go and visit this city. It's a beautiful city located on the Volga River, which is one of the biggest rivers in Europe, with a 5 kilometer embankment, beautiful sunrises. But what else I want can share to share about the city is that when I was a small kid, we lived 2 bus stops from the chocolate factory. So there was a huge chocolate factory that was supplying all Soviet Union with the chocolate. And every morning at a certain hour, there was a beautiful smell of chocolate filling air all over the place because it was a huge factory. So imagine you can just grab a cup of tea and just smell this air with the chocolate, because back then chocolate was also kind of not in every family. But yeah, this is my memories from this city. And when I grow up, I discovered brewery. There was a German guy who came to Samara 140 years or something ago, and he built a brewery. It's called Zhiguli Brewery. In Russia, every person knows this brewery because it's huge and they sell beer all over the Russia. And there was a story that this dude was living nearby the factory and he had a copper tube, like pipe, under the ground to be able to test the beer from his house. Can you imagine the commodity?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. If you hopefully the war will end soon, and if you're in Russia after checking Moscow and St. Petersburg, go ahead and check out Samara. That's a great place to see.
Definitely, I'll add it to my list. And it sounds beautiful. Your stories, it makes me want to go. Speaking of when you were younger, did you know you wanted to be in business, or was it something else as the driving factor? Like what pulled you? What did you aspire to be?
Uh Again, Soviet Union is a place where there were no much space for entrepreneurship. But when the Soviet Union collapsed and it was really hard times for people, literally, sometimes it was like you don't have food to eat. But my parents were surviving and they also started they became entrepreneurs, not by choice, but because there was no way to earn money anyway. So they started to resell certain products, grocery. And I remember seeing them being independent. So they were working for themselves, buying something, slaying, in boards, blah, blah, blah. So that was interesting. And I kind of put it in my back of my head. Then I was at one person to school, university, started working for someone. And at some point when I was working, I also decided to drop off and start my own business. So I had another business back in Russia. It was a logistical business where my company was supplying restaurants, business centers, offices with hygiene products like toilet paper, paper towels, like all these type of things. And we also were working with cleaning companies. We were supplying them professional chemicals like sponges, cleaning towels, and everything. Eventually, I sold this logistical company to a cleaning company, which with whom we were very close. And they're like, okay, yeah, I have a cash flow problems. Most of competitors came, so it's hard for me. So I sold this business and get out and went to online to explore online possibilities. But that was my first experience. And when I now came to Mexico and started to explore things, what can I do again? Because I felt, like when you do something, because with my first business, what can I say? I kind of failed it to the point where I didn't have enough resources to fight with competitors. So I sold it to a bigger company. And I needed some time. So 10 years later, I kind of gained this confidence back that, okay, I think I'm ready to get into that thing where you work 24/7, no work balance, this mode. Okay, I think it will be fun. I want to do that. And I jumped into this. What can I do? And actually, with this AI thing right now, a lot of people think that, okay, AI will take our jobs, blah, blah, blah. I think plenty of jobs for a long time, AI will not be able to take from humans. And cleaning is one of those things. And again, why I chose cleaning, because it's a recurring income. Well, it's like selling bread. People will always need bread. I mean, like most people eat bread. Those who eat, they will be buying it every day. So I was thinking, well, I don't want to create a product, sell it, and forget for a year or more for this client. Like, I want clients to come back to me as often as possible. What can I do for that? I'm not into a restaurant or something. And here where I am, a lot of tourists, a lot of Airbnbs. So I realized, and for me, cleaning, that's another story about me. I like to suffer in a good way because the one of the reasons I came here to play a Carmen is that I like triathlons and I like to run, swim, cycle, and do this type of endurance training. And during those activities, you actually go through some stages where you need to suffer. It's just like, it's not a 5 kilometer run. I do Ironmans, half Ironmans at least. And at some point, you just need to say like who is in charge here. And you when you overcome those physical challenges, you really enjoy the end results of those endorphins. So my first cleaning that I did year and a half ago was like that. It was a deep cleaning for a client, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I had no idea, never experienced that, watched videos on YouTube. Like, okay, I'm ready. I bought all this equipment and I went there. 3 hours later, I'm cleaning, scrubbing the toilets, and I'm having like my body ate all sugar and I hit the wall. Kids will understand me. I'm like almost crying and I'm like, damn, this is so hard. Should I just give up and say, don't pay me? I'm just tired. I will quit now. But my inner voice told me like, hey, Andrew, it's just like running a half marathon, kilometer 15. Everyone can run 15, but now starts the fun part. That's where everybody fails and we can succeed. And I'm like, no, yeah, I will finish it. So 6 hours later, I finished. This client still a year and a half later, always recommends me on Facebook whenever someone asks. And that was for me like, okay, I can do it. Even though it's hard, I just need to be more prepared. And for certain units, we need a team of two. So yeah,
Right.
that's kind of like a quick overview of my way how I get into the cleaning business, because it's, if you get your clients, you do a good job, you will keep receiving money from them.
Right.
And that's what makes this business really cool.
It's everything. The recurring revenue is what keeps you going. It keeps you motivated as a business owner to see it growing. Going back to the triathlons, I know what you mean. I've completed 7 Olympic distance triathlons myself
So cool.
in Chicago. It's painful. I did my first one in high school. And, it's, for those of you who don't know, it's swim, bike, run. So you swim a mile, you bike 26 miles. So you bike basically a marathon, and then you get off the bike and then you're immediately going to run 6.2 miles. And it's brutal. If you don't prepare, you don't eat right, it's hard. So you doing it in Mexico in that heat all the time, I can't imagine what it's like. But
Hey, yeah,
you doing half Ironmans, that's on my list to do in my 30s. I'm 31. I want to do a half Ironman and potentially an Ironman by the time I hit 40. We'll
yeah,
see.
that's my goal. That's my goal, man. It's always like that. You set those milestones. I moved here because that was my goal for like 12 years. I had this like on a vision board, this photo of an Iron Man finisher. And when there was opportunity to, where should I go? I'm like, okay, I will go to Mexico because I can train all year long. There is no change of seasons, even though it's could be disadvantage. I came from Russia. Come on. I would rather be in a heat rather than in a cold.
It's in your blood. You already know it's in your DNA that you can handle the cold.
Exactly. Some people ask me like, why you moved here? Like, you know what? Let me tell you a story about Russia. In Russia, if the temperature is minus 30 degrees or below, it's don't go to school. Minus 30. If it's minus 29, you still go to school. So we are we went through a certain thing. So yeah, I can live in a sunny weather and rather sweat than wear lots of clothes. So yeah, this is a
I'm the
perfect
same way. I mean, Chicago has all the seasons, but if I were to go somewhere, if I were to move, it would be sunny all year round.
Yeah, and it's actually, I believe it's healthy, even though there is they are demonizing sun, saying that you need to cover all your body with a sunscreen. I actually don't like it. I think it goes directly into your bloodstream, and yeah, it's a separate conversation. But I think sun is very beneficial to our happiness, our mood. So here I feel really happy.
Question. So, when did you first start the business and why was it cleaning?
So for the past 10 years, I was working online and doing like customer support, customer success for online platforms and this type of business. And I really enjoy talking to people, helping them how to learn software or something. Like imagine booking Koala. I would be training or helping people how to use it, how to build it up for their businesses. So that's was my online job. And after having during the day like 3, 4, sometimes 5 calls, it was actually pretty exhausting, not physically but mentally. And I remember myself even before I started cleaning. I'm kind of clean person. I like my space, my home clean, not messy. So I remember after having hard calls with clients, I would take a squeegee, I will go outside and I would just clean my windows and that would bring me peace. I really liked it. Seriously. Sometimes when my windows are clean, I will be cleaning my neighbor's windows and like, Andrew, what's going on? Like, no, I will just clean your windows for free. It's just my,
Peaceful.
it's my meditation. So when I was doing that, and one of my friends who came to live here for a few months, and she was complaining like, Andrew, it's really hard to find a good cleaner. That's so annoying. And that put an idea in my head, like, wait. And I also saw a few times on the Facebook groups for expats that they were having challenges with finding a good cleaners who are consistent, show up on time, bring their cleaning supplies, and my peace and meditation where I can actually clean. I'm like, okay, that could be interesting. Should I try it? So when the next time I saw this Facebook post about person complaining about low quality of services here, I raised my hand and said like, hey, I can do that. I will do that. Like whatever money if you're willing to pay, I want to learn how to be a good cleaner. And that's for the duration of 5 months. I was going every weekend to this client, cleaning everything solo, taking my time, checklist. Okay, how long does it take me to clean a bathroom? Boom. How long does it take me to clean all windows? Boom. So I was protocoling everything, and then I had looking koala. I put everything there. Okay, standard cleaning includes this, and this. It takes this amount of time for a client. Deep cleaning it includes other things. So now I have another time, and that's it. That helped me to first of all put all my knowledge into scalable product because there are hundreds of cleaning companies where it's just 2 people or 1 person or a company who does everything on the paper. Again, comparison to a run, let's say a half marathon. Everyone can run 10 kilometers or whatever, like 10 miles. But the last 3, that's where everybody fails. So the same with cleaning business, where individuals having their business, they can have easily 2, 3, 5, maybe 10 clients. But at this time, at this capacity, they will start to fail if they don't invest in the software like Booking Koala or any other software to schedule properly, get notifications, reminders, quick quotes, uh, price calculator. If they don't have those things, then it's a mess because they cannot do everything. They cannot clean and at the same time on quotes. They cannot. Yeah, it's I noticed I had some competitors at the beginning, but then with all the tools and all the investments I'm doing, I'm like, nah, there's no one who can do that to compete with me. And there were a few clients because now we clean around 40 Airbnbs. And for Airbnbs, that's a part of their business. It's not just like, hey, clean my apartment. Sorry, we were late 1 hour, or sorry, we didn't come today. We come tomorrow. No, it's business. If
Yeah.
client has a check-in and you didn't clean it, you recover for the first night. So in that case, I started to see that clients who can pay more, but they want consistent results and they want reliable partner. So that where we came and we rapidly grow from having one cleaning a day to have 10 cleanings a day.
So what year did you start Qtana?
I started, my first clean was December 2023, but it was just on the weekends. I was for 5 months. I was just cleaning on the weekends. It was not scalable. I was just wanted to get this feeling and understand, is it for me? And after 5 months, I kind of also hit the wall. It was hard. I still cannot hire a person because it's not enough to pay. And I cannot do it myself with doing another job. So I decided like, okay, I really need to, I cannot sit on two chairs. And at that time, I also went to see my son in North Carolina. So for 1 month, I took a break and like, okay, I told my clients who I had like a few clients, like, hey guys, please find someone. I need to take a break. Hopefully I will come in a month and get back. But for now, I need to take a pause. So I took this pause. I went in August and came back in September. And that was it. I was like, okay, I'm ready. No matter if I have clients or not, I'm hiring 2 people. So I hired 2 people because if you fire one, if this person's sick or something happened, you're again losing your client. So I hired 2 people, even though I didn't have clients enough. I quickly get my clients back. I started to engage on the Facebook. By the way, we did 2,000 cleanings in the past year, and I still don't have a website. Can you believe it? So all my clients from Facebook groups and from recommendations. So
No website. 2,000 cleanings in a year with no website.
yeah, if you go to my website, you will see that it's HVAC template that I didn't even update completely. Somewhere it's like air conditioning. Somewhere, yeah, it's a mess. And I really now it's time for me to spend time and invest in a website. And that's on my priority list right now. But back then, and that's my recommendation to new entrepreneurs who are like, I want to get into this business. What should I do? It's not your company name. It's not your website. It's not your logo. Forget about it. No one cares about those things, actually. It's just how good you are and how consistent and how the quality is like the same from cleaning to cleaning. So if you can get into a protocol, how you clean, share it with your cleaners. Okay, I don't know if like there are different approaches, right? Somebody is hiring contractors and some have employees. You cannot train contractors. So
Right.
it's a bit different approach. But for me, it was to have consistent results. And when I get into this point, people started to recommend me and I was getting like every day one client who reached out to me, hey, my friend recommended you, can you help me? Because that's what helped me to get like exponential growth. We were like growing every month on that.
How are you managing time as a business owner now? Well, let's back up before that. December 2023 up until May, June, you were doing the cleanings yourself on the weekends. And then August and September, you were in North Carolina. Well, you came back in September of 2024, hired 2 people, and that's when Qtana essentially started from there. Just over a year in of the actual business being started. How are you in that year managing the time as a business owner?
First of all, I'm still having 2 jobs. I'm still having a full-time online job and I have this business. So I was able to pretty quickly find a supervisor who I trust a lot and who took from me everyday management of the company. So he's driving cleaners to clients. He does cleaning checkups after each cleaning. He schedules cleanings in the booking koala. So basically, I was able to delegate. And for the past more than a half year ago, so for the first half year, because it was pretty like like nice and slow. I always had 2 hours during the day. I was able to deliver cleaners myself. But then when we had a stable amount of clients, I hired this guy. He's driving, he's supervising, he's making appointments, and basically I'm managing a company as a remote company.
Wow. So you're the owner, you started it, but very quickly within the first 6 months, you got a manager to take care of essentially everything while you have your 9 to 5, your full time job.
Correct. Yeah, I do look for people myself and do initial interview, and then he just starts training and verifies if they are doing a good job. Since he does supervision after each clean, he can check and no, it's okay. He's training, and then he sees the results, so he can quickly adapt and fix whatever was missed. Because this was the essential part. Because I was so tired of actually losing money because what's important in this business, as we discussed, it's a recurrent revenue. So whenever I think about new client, whenever I have a new client, and let's say client pays me $50 per clean, I don't think about this client as like, okay, no, that's nice to have a $50 client. No, I think about it. It's $50 per week. By 55, it's how much? It's like, is it $25,000 or something? So it's no, or two and a half to 2,500. Yeah, 2,500 uh, dollars per year. So when you start to think about your clients not as a $50, but as a 2,500, it changes everything. And whenever this client complains, like, "Hey Andrew, they missed cobwebs or maybe some dust left," I was always given some incentive, like, "Okay, sorry about that. I will give you a free service next time, like free clean inside a fridge or something." It's still I'm losing money. So eventually, when we have plenty of clients, I was like, I don't want to lose any more money and lose clients because we miss few things. I need a full-time supervisor who will be checking every cleaning when we finish. Because first of all, two pairs of eyes is always better than the one. And I still pay money because we'll lose something. And now his motivation is because if he checked after the cleaner and something is lost, it's his responsibility. It's his salary. So yeah, it helped me greatly to improve the quality of the clinics, and clients sees us as a better company to serve because very few companies does such service. Because we have a flashlight. He has a flashlight, and whenever he comes to supervise, he checks every corner with a flashlight to see any dust that was left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, basically from
You
September.
mentioned something with the numbers, right? And it's for somebody in the States or somewhere else, most of my interviews are from people running cleaning service or service businesses in the United States. I have done some in Canada. Like I said in the beginning, you're the first one who has done it in Mexico. And you have mentioned your average ticket for a cleaning, $50, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that is significantly less than what it is here in the States. Depending on where you are in the States, you're between 130 to 160 per ticket, right?
yeah.
So but then again, cost of living is different in Mexico. Everything else is less in Mexico. So
And
that
the payment for
$50,
the repairs is also lower. It's both. It's always like two sides of the story. Points have two sides. What I am, I was always thinking, okay, at first I need to get a stable cash flow from clients. So I'm not thinking, and again, my other job helping me a lot because we have a full-time office with all the equipment. We have two cars right now, and we have upholstery cleaning. I'm planning to extend our services to have our laundry because for Airbnb service, we include laundry as well. And that's an important part. Yes, we quickly grown to have 2,000 cleanings in the past year. And now when I have a stable amount of clients, I can be creative to increase my revenue. because when you have stable amount of cleans per day, it's easier to maintain the workload. You don't have like cleaners when they don't have cleans at all on some days. Yeah, that was my goal, to get stable amount of clients, stable flow of cleanings, and then I can increase and think how can I increase my profit. But on average, yes, one clean is $50, and our revenue this past year was in pesos. It's like almost 2 million pesos, but in dollars, it's $100,000.
So you have a full-time job, a 9 to 5. You have the cleaning service. You do triathlons and Ironmans. How do you maintain a healthy work-life balance?
Come on, it's not possible. So I think, and if you will be checking successful entrepreneurs, I follow a few. I think if you want to build something great, then the answer will be there is no life work balance. The secret how to keep doing that in the long term is to actually love what you do. And as I shared, it started with me using clean as actually relax from my online job. That's why I can do it even for free, because I like it. I like to see how the place completely changes after the cleaning. It's really like you feel like, oh my God, it's so amazing. And that's what brings me this excitement, because when our clients tells me like, Andrew, it looks amazing, thank you, let me tip your cleaners because I can breathe here, I can be more effective. And that is actually my ultimate goal, to make people more effective and increase their quality of life through making their apartments or houses cleaner and easier to live in. So yeah, that excites me, and that's why, even though like there are plenty of challenges here in the place where I live, it's not just normal business things, because it's Mexico. There are cartels. I cannot have office on the street with my name, because otherwise cartels will come to me and ask $1,000 per month fee just to do business here. So yeah, there are certain things, like you learn how to do the
Navigate.
country. And again, yo no hablo español. Yo practico, pero necesito estudiar esta lengua porque es no mi lengua. I am Russian. I speak Russian. My second language is English. That's what I use it every day. But here, all cleaners, they speak only Spanish. So, okay, that's a new challenge. Let's go and learn Spanish. That's so cool. Yeah, that's the entrepreneur path. You always
You figure it out.
yeah, you need to adapt, change management, and at the end of the day, if cleaner didn't show up, I will go and clean it myself. Who else will?
Right. It has to be done. And with what you just said in Spanish, I understood everything. So my first language was Polish. I learned English from watching Blues Clues on TV and obviously going to school. And then I took Spanish from first grade all the way to freshman year, grade 9 of high school. So I had 9 years, and then working in a restaurant in the kitchen with the guys, I kept it up. Now, not so much. I understand a lot. Speaking back is less. I could read fully. I could write. It'll take me a minute, but I think I got it from my dad. My dad knows 7 or 8 different languages,
Wow, that's amazing.
and he taught himself Portuguese within 2 years. And his thing is, it doesn't matter, just put it on, whether it's the radio, the TV, whatever, just listen, 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 write down a word that you don't know and look it up and practice and find somebody to talk to and learn if you want. And that's the best way. And yeah, English, Polish, Spanish, a little bit of Italian. I think there's some German, Portuguese now. It's insane.
I think it's very important to keep your head busy, because I even have this idea that every 4 years, I was like in my life, every 3, 4 years, I was changing either a city where I live or a street. for our country. So I lived in 3 countries. From Russia, I went to Georgia, a small country next to Turkey. I lived there for years. Now it's Mexico. And I think, yeah, it's change your work or change your place where you live that will give you new brain structures, new patterns, and will make you more flexible and young. So yeah, that's
Absolutely.
some
What was the hardest change or transition you've had to do with the business?
change with the transition with the business.
Would it be stop doing the cleaning yourselves on the weekend and the hiring of those first two employees? Was it hiring your manager?
I think, yeah, the hardest part is to delegate to someone to be 100% in the office, because while you are, um, there's a saying that your employees will always fall to the like to your habit, to your worst habit, or like if you're cutting corners, if you don't respect the clients, if you want to do cheap things, your employees will do the same. So it's very important to set and lead by example. So whenever I was hiring new cleaners back then and actually driving them and going to a client and then checking like doing revision myself, I was kind of setting up certain standard, and I'm a very detailed person. So when I delegate to another person, I had to spend plenty of time with him, training him to be on the same level with me. Like, okay, we cannot leave these, like, we need behind the doors, we need to open the door and check. Usually there's a dust. In the corners, there's a cobwebs. When where we have a furniture on the lower side of the furniture, let's check it out. There's usually dust under the bed. So yeah, these things I spent plenty of time with him working next. Like we were like working three months next to each other, talking about every. So yeah, I had to be sure that when I give management, everyday management to this person, that he is on the same mindset as I am. Because if you delegate to a person who is like, it's okay, why would I spend my time? Then it would fail. And so far, even when with me spending a lot of time with him, he still sometimes I need to coach him and tell him like, hey, we did this and this. We need to do it better because our client they pay extra for that for our service and consistency.
With the employees that you have, how many do you have now?
Right now it's 6, but we were as big as 10. Because here at some point July, March, like April, June, July, we had a high season with Airbnbs. We did a lot of clinics that we did like 10, 12 clinics per day. That's a lot of jobs. So we were like nailing it. And back then we had 10 people. And this is a very like this is my next step, as well as a website automations and lead management is training, because I see us having hundreds of employees soon. And now I think, how can I effectively train hundreds of new employees quickly and onboard them? And recently I met a girl who is doing training and coaching and programs for bigger companies with a VR. And damn, this is so cool. We can create apartment with the VR and all the tools, and we'll be using VR to see how they follow all the procedures. Okay, I take this, I do this, so we can actually give them training. They follow the processes, and we give them VR before we actually send them to a client and see what if they follow or not. Because I see some owners think about putting video cameras on the employees to see what they're doing. I don't think it's like nice, because yeah, I don't like this idea. But what would be nice to actually see how they perform. Here's a VR. I will put you in the office. You will see this apartment with a mess, and I want to guide me through the process, how you manage this. It will be super fast, because you don't need actually to scrub. But I want to see what tools you are taking, what products you are using, what is the order of operations, and these type of things. So yeah, I'm thinking about these type of things once I have a bit more money to implement, but so far I'm preparing just a normal course.
I like that. I haven't heard somebody using VR as a way of a training method. Obviously, like you said, can't do it for contractors, but for employees, especially somebody you just hired on, it's definitely a smart approach, I believe, to try out and see what they can do, especially if you have an office space where they can do it. Where do you where do you find your cleaners? Where do you do your hiring? Facebook groups,
Yeah,
referral?
because here in Mexico we don't have those platforms that you have in the United States where you can find people. Here it's just Facebook groups. I do everything from Facebook groups, sometimes maybe WhatsApp groups. That's the only way. I just post uh, ad. I have simple web pages on a low high level to track form responses and automations. And now I'm trying to build this course inside of low high level so they can actually watch videos, complete forms, so I can evaluate they are following the process.
What's the hiring process look like for you?
It's pretty simple and straightforward. It's the initial interview. I actually now just 2 days ago I was working and building up a voice AI who will be because they all speak Spanish and I don't speak Spanish to the degree of to
Right.
doing. I created with GPT. I created full prompt with initial interview where cleaners will be calling a certain number and this AI have a conversation with them in Spanish and it walks them through 5 use cases, client complaints about cleaning, how do you go through this situation. There's like, yeah, certain questions that we want to ask them and see how they respond and how would they react. And based on that, AI automatically put values and gives me a report like if 3 red flags, 2 greens, no. If it's 2 red to green, it's okay. If it's 3 green flags, let's hire them quickly. And then when we just hire them and first week supervisor takes them to Airbnbs because with Airbnb, it's empty apartment. There's no one. So we can easily get there, train and spend as much time as we need. And then we can send them to a real client. So we know that they follow our processes.
What is the ideal candidate look like for you?
The ideal candidate is who is punctual, shows up on time, who can follow processes because we have a certain process and everybody has, I mean, it's not a rocket science, right? It's cleaning and everybody thinks that they know how to clean because they clean at their house, but it's
Not the
different.
same.
Exactly. It's different. We have certain products, certain tools, and certain order of operations. We don't want to do it other way because that's effective, not just from the products, but also from the time perspective. So punctuality, following the processes, obviously hard working because it's a hard work. So not everyone can actually clean 3, 4 hours straight. And the important thing is being able to accept negative feedback. Unfortunately, Mexicans, Argentinians, and other Latin people, they are nice people. I like them, but they are having hard times accepting negative feedback. They start to be defensive, and that could be a problem. So I always spend time with them to train and tell them that even if client, sometimes we did everything well and clients still unhappy. Some clients are just, you cannot make unhappy person happy because of the cleaning. Because if they are unhappy, they're unhappy about something general in their life. But still, I want to share experience with cleaners that even if we failed or if we're not, we should accept the negative feedback, say thank you. Let me check with the office if you actually asked or if this included in your service or not, or if I failed, sorry about that, let me quickly fix it. It's not the problem, it's how you react to the problem. And that's where I spent plenty of time.
And so in the States, it's the two main problems that I find most business owners tell me. It's They have too many cleaners, not enough work, or too much work and not enough cleaners. So, with marketing, what are you doing for marketing? Do you have that issue? What's that like?
It's so funny and it's absolutely true. The same with me. Sometimes it's like, oh my God, I don't have clients enough. I have too many cleaners and not enough clients. And then I'm start to post in all those Facebook groups. Again, in this last year, while we did 2,000 cleanings, I didn't spend $1 on advertising. Nothing. Like I never bought any advertising so far. It was just Facebook groups where I post like, here's our services. We have a
Wow.
as promotions, like every new client on top of their cleaning fee, they got a certain free extra services that we offer. And that's it. But I am planning, I'm super excited and I think it will be amazing. I want to, because there are still our competitor is individual cleaners. So like Mexican lady who just has 5 clients and she just go and clean 1 client a day. She has a very low rate. Obviously, she's not like our competitor in terms of long term work, but a lot of clients at some point, like, yeah, Andrew, you still like charge 50% more than I pay this lady. And I don't want to get them all, but my idea is to get away from the price comparison and get to the value proposition where it's impossible to compare us to any cleaning lady. And the idea is to have cleaning subscriptions. So I'm working right now on create a subscription plans. There will be 3 plans available for anyone where they pay just a flat fee. Because what would we do now? And I think most of the companies do. We have a standard cleaning, deep cleaning, move out cleaning, airbnb cleaning. And then on top, we can add window cleaning, balcony, blah, 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 and a lot of things, right? And some clients are so annoyed that, like, Andrew, you are like, why don't you include windows? Why don't you include balcony? Somebody has 20 windows, someone has 5 windows. It's impossible to manage it. That's why I'm like, it's hard. But at the same time, I understand them. And my goal is to, okay, let's do this. I want you just to pay me a flat fee, and that will include weekly cleaning, standard cleaning. It will include 1 monthly window cleaning, 1 monthly balcony cleaning. Every week we'll be taking your bed sheets to laundry and make beds every week. So I'm like, and those things are pretty cheap because I'm considering purchasing my laundry equipment. So even cleaning the AC filters, because here and it's very hot and humid and everybody running AC all the time and the filters needs to be clean. So like, okay, what amount I can purchase if I will know that every client who purchase it will have 4 cleanings per week. Now it's super easy to me to plan ahead and have a nice workflow. So yeah, I have made all the calculations and I'm on the verge. I already like created the plans. I will be starting very soon. And that will help me to finally solve this because individual clients today, I have them in 2 weeks. I don't. I really want somebody who commit and pay me monthly fee. And then I just go every week and include everything. And it's impossible to compare to a single service because it brings so much value. So that's my idea how I will be resolving that issue.
I know that's a feature that many people have asked for within the software. We don't have it yet, but it's something that we're working on releasing is the ability to do subscription-based services.
Wow, it's so cool. I even started to think like I need to create extra form in Koala just for applying all those things because it's important to keep track when and what we are offering because there will be a schedule. But that's great to hear that you plan to work on.
So you 2000 cleanings, and was that from September of last year or is that from January of this year?
It's from September of last year.
Okay. And do you have partnerships with other businesses or anything like that? Because in the States, cleaning services like to partner with realtors or building managers of condo buildings or apartment buildings. How is that in Mexico?
Yeah. So again, this area where I am, that's a touristic area, not just for expats, but also for Mexicans. They come here in summer. First collaboration that I have, because we clean Airbnbs. Airbnbs needs laundry service. Since I'm still in the process of creating my own laundry project, I'm partnering with the company and they just outsource them. They come and pick it up, they bring it. Well, that's clear. We just found a new client found us, and they manage 26 properties. We probably December 1st will start to clean 23 units on a weekly basis. More that it will be like a jump that will again increase heavily on the top of what we clean right now. And I also plan to reach out to property management companies, because some apartment buildings they offer cleaning as a part of the rent, and I know how hard it is to hire, train, and keep up with the cleaning personnel. I think that would be a next chapter for me as well. But the Airbnb is a priority, and then we will face to the property management, like a building companies who manage whole building. That would be really cool.
So with the revenue and the money, you mentioned you did 2 million pesos. Is that from September or is that from January till today?
That's from September.
September.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you expected to do this year from January till end of December?
To be honest, I didn't make any like hard plans. I'm still focusing probably, like if you can dream it, you can build it, right? And at the moment, I am focusing more on the number of clients and the certain processes, because I understand if I make everything good with subscriptions that I plan to launch soon, that would be like a hockey stick growth. And right now, for me, important, I'm thinking not about the like money, because that will obviously will increase, like it will double easily. I'm thinking again, what I mentioned is how to onboard 100 clinics in a month so they deliver consistent results, because it's easy to find 100 clients, but it's not easy to keep 100 clients throughout the year. And that's where, for me, the main challenge is to build the onboarding program that will help me. If I track this task, then double into, I think we are barely scratching the surface with our 2000 clinics here. I would say the capacity of the market, it's like, I don't know, 20,000 clinics per month. So for me, I'm just, I'm barely at the zero or the first level. I have 99 stories on top. It's just, I need to be prepared with a foundation. And the foundation, how can I quickly train hundreds of people or build a system how to onboard them?
Where do you see the business in the next 5 to 10 years?
I have idea that I should be doing millions of dollars in 3 to 5 years.
Dollars, not pesos, because you're already doing millions of pesos.
Yeah, millions of dollars. Yeah, so that's my goal.
Technology side of things with the software, here in the States, depending on what city you go into, whether it's Miami and Florida, here in Chicago, New York, Dallas, LA, you go on Google and you look up cleaning services, there's several using Booking Koala. You're in Mexico. How many, you said your competitors are single cleaning ladies, right? It's not companies like you. So your competition essentially as another business doesn't exist.
Well, it does exist. There are plenty of companies who specialize only on Airbnb cleanings.
Okay.
So there I'm competing, and I'm not getting there easily, because I don't want to drop my prices that low. I still want to get some profit to keep the best equipment. We bring the nice pro team vacuum cleaners, the backpack vacuums. For me, it's super hard to bring them here because they are twice more expensive due to the taxes. Whenever I have friends who is coming from the United States, I asked them, can you bring me a vacuum cleaner? That's so funny.
That's a new gift. That's a gift that I've never heard somebody ask for.
Can you imagine? Yeah, but whenever I have a chance, I just send them a new vacuum cleaner and they bring me this vacuum. We have top equipment, we have top cleaning tools, we have top software. Like I paid 300, not three, $200 per month for subscription. So like Booking Call, Go High Level, another few things too. I'm thinking not to have 10 clients. I want to have 1,000 clients. So for me, it's important to build a scalable model. So when we at one point jump from 2,000 clients to 2,000 clients, it will be no problem. It's just software works, coding program works. Just need to hire more people, and that's it.
And like you said, AI is coming. It's coming to help this industry for the owners. Like you're already using it, like you said, for your AI voice bot for to help your hiring. But it's not, like you said, it's not gonna replace the people doing the work.
Exactly.
All the next 10 years is going to be big for technology. Where the money is going to be is for the business owners in these service industries. It's not in other areas, right? It's AI can't come in and fix your plumbing. AI is not going to come and walk your dog or pick up the dog's poop or scoop the cat box. It's not going to clean your house.
Absolutely.
It'll help you run the business, but people still have to come and do it.
Yeah, that's why this business is something that will not go away with the approach of AI technology. So those business owners and entrepreneurs who are thinking about it, like guys, literally that will not go anyway. And if you start early, and with AI, it's so much easier to create a AI create me a training plan for new cleaners, and it will give you a 80% correct thing, and that's where 80 like 20% of effort will give you 80% of results. So just go ahead and quickly make whatever plan. You will update it later. The same with the phone call uh, structure. If you're having sales calls, the same with the contract with your employees, the same with email campaign. Just use it wisely, but you still need people to do that job. And you as the opener will attract certain people to your company. That's where the effort will still be the effort.
And it's not just cleaning, it's all services, right? It's where there's snow, it's snow shoveling. Where you have grass, it's lawn mowing. It's not just cleaning it, it's all of them. So with technology, how big is it for you in your day to day for your cleaning business?
Well, today everything's scheduling, reporting, and payment calculation I do in Booking Koala, and I really like how it works. I must be honest, I find it too expensive for me right now to have the top plan. So I use also Go High Level for lead generation and quick website creation with forms. So whenever I need to employee from before or clients to complete an interest, like for my subscriptions or whatever. So I use simple plan from Go High Level. I have a medium plan from Booking Koala, and this bond works very well. I do want to learn better automations, how to make certain, like client experience flow, because I understand that we spend a lot of time messaging clients, confirming their cleanings, and like this basic communication. So my goal is to delegate it to AI. So knowing one of the ways how to embed calendar. So AI bot will be doing all these type of things, messaging based on their response, update changes in Booking Koala, because I would rather pay for AI than a human sitting in the office with air conditioner.
It makes sense. It's cheaper, right? It's
Yeah,
cheaper.
and if you're just like jumping from 10 conversations from day to 100, AI can do it with zero effort. That's the goal.
Right. So how long have you been using Booking Koala? From last September when you started?
No, even when I started splitting myself, I think my subscription started in March or something. There were not no cleanings, but I understood I cannot go to market without pricing calculator. For me, that was a game changer, and I was stand out from everybody. I didn't want to like send those like just text messages with the pricing. I wanted it to look nice, calculate quickly. So in March, I purchased a simple $27 plan, I believe, just started playing with it, learning it, added all the cleanings there. And September, I upgraded to a paid of like to $67. So I have my own branding and have more capability.
So you were doing the cleanings yourself on the side, or a couple months in doing that on the weekends, and you signed up for the software for the
Yeah,
$27
because
plan.
I think it's all about how you treat it. If you're not sure, will I do it or not? This is gonna work. There's a lot of money in this sphere, and I want to start early to do it professionally because I I thought I had this clear vision how it's supposed to be. Client gets to the website, they check the price, add extras, book it, add their card, put it on subscription, boom. That's it. Unfortunately, here in Mexico, I don't know, like most of our clients are Americans and Canadians, and they still don't use client portal. So we do it for them. So 95% of our bookings is our office manager doing. Clients are not doing that, but I still want to have it because we direct them how they can at least put their card on file, and then it's automatically charged. Even though again it's plenty of money I'm losing on fees, I would not want to handle all this cash and all this. No, I would rather immediately think again when it's 10 clients, I can do cash and it's super nice that I don't pay taxes and like, like these things that it like, but I'm thinking about the business, not a job for myself. So I'm creating processes that will just work without interruption.
And it makes sense. It's smoother. You don't have to worry. People are more willing to possibly give the card information once the account is already made and you send them the quote. They don't have to give it over the phone or whatever. They just put it in and it's smoother that way. What what made you I mean, I know why you were looking for the software or the platform to help you, but why was it Booking Koala that stood out and why'd you choose it?
I was actually checking a few. Yeah, I was checking Jogger. I was checking Platform 27 or something like that, and Booking Koala. For where I tried them all. I created a trial account and test them out. I really liked Booking Koala price and calculator. Like that was in my vision, it was the most important part that I can give clients ability just to get to this web page, check the price, at something, book it, and that's it. Now for me, actually this present calculator is not something that clients use it heavily, at least here in this location, but it helps me to very easily handle scheduling. So whenever a new client, we do it with a human, like everybody sends a message on a Facebook or in a WhatsApp, hey, I have 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, please schedule me. And then just office manager goes to your Booking Koala and just goes through the process of adding. It's very simple. It's just like a basket with all the things they want. Boom, we scheduled. We just ask them to add the card. And now we have a recurring scheduling because again, so many businesses do it with a simple spreadsheets in Google or even on a paper. And that's not a reliable way to do the business. I just want to put it once and then it's in my calendar and I don't worry about this. Reminders goes, Cardon gets a hold in the morning. If they don't have money, I can message them and ask to change the card. So yeah, it makes life of a business owner so much easier.
I already feel like I know the answer to the next question because you've mentioned it several times. What's one feature that you couldn't live without? And I'm guessing it's going to be the pricing calculator.
Well, yeah, because this pricing calculator I use not just for clients, but I built this form with all the extra services, and my office manager, she just like, okay, new booking, new client, boom, 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 boom. She selected everything, price is there. She doesn't need to ask me. And depending on the cadence, there will be a discount applied. It's so much easier. So it works both ways for clients and for internal operations.
Other side of that question, what's something that you would like to see in the software that currently isn't there?
It's there. It's just I currently I cannot afford it. I really like the leads part.
The
That's
leads module?
leads module, but again, like $200 for me is at this point a lot. I will see when I will have more clients and more revenue, because again, while we have plenty of revenue, 20% of it goes to, like 60% goes to salary, and then extra expenses. The profitability is not that great, but I'm not focusing on profitability because I'm building something to make it long term. Profitability will come later. I'm not worrying about that. Right now, I need to have a stable flow of clients. And once I will get there, I will probably upgrade and we'll get to this lead module as well.
Maybe when you get the new account in December with all those Airbnbs, maybe the start of 2026, that's when you'll be able to upgrade and use the hiring module in there, the leads module, your campaigns, all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I also saw that you have a hiring module there. Yeah. Uh, in the beginning, when I just started, even $27 was a lot. Now $27 is nothing. $70 is okay. Give me some time. Soon $200 will be nothing, and we will get there.
And we love to see your growth. And again, mentioning you're in an area of the world where it's a lot smaller. The price per service is smaller. So it makes sense where your growth is not as big. 2,000 cleanings in 1 year for a US based service in their first year, huge. That's when you're doing it, it's huge for you as well. And I would say it's even harder. It's even harder for you to do in that area where it's, expats and not, constant flow of like you doing it in Chicago or Miami or New York, right? I think it's harder the way you did it, you could have done it being in Mexico and running it in the US, right? But you decided to do it differently and do employees where you live. Honestly, I commend you because that is such a much harder way to do it, I believe. And you could have followed in the footsteps of a lot of other people who do it, in the US, where the dollar per service the average ticket is much, much higher and you can stretch it further, but you bring happiness into it. Your happiness and the way you did it, it works for you. And that's what I love is that you didn't follow in what everybody else is doing just because it's easier doing it a different way. You chose your happiness. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that so much more. My final question is, what advice are you giving 10-year-old Andrew back in Russia if you could talk to him based on the experiences that you've had through life?
Yeah, for sure. I am on a side where I overthink a lot. I had few projects in like this 10 years from my first business till today where I could start a new business, and I would be overthinking a lot and kind of being scared of, like what would people think and judge me. This is stupid. So what I would say, no one cares. It's you and your goals and dreams. So you have idea, start it. Don't wait when it will be ready, because it will never be ready. It's a process, and being ready is a decision. So if you think that you like this project and it will benefit people around, just start it where you are even if you have just one client, as I had first few months, just start it. You will make it beautiful later. Don't worry what other people think, because I will just spend few minutes again here. When I started those first cleanings, I was so embarrassed. You can't imagine. I didn't even have a car back then. So here in area where I live, it's like touristic area, and there is a bike rental service. You know, like those bikes where you pay per minute, and it has a small basket in front. So our cleaning caddy, like our cleaning bag, perfectly fits there. So I was taking this bicycle for a few months on the weekends to go and clean at this client. And I felt embarrassed because it's a small town. And I was like, what if my friends will see me going like with some cleanings, like, Andrew, what's going on with you? And then it was embarrassment. First few months, after 3-4 months, in on May, I actually posted a Facebook post where I kind of came out and I said, hey guys, I'm doing cleanings professionally. So I was not scared anymore, and I was actually proud of my work. Uh, so my suggestion to new business owners, if you start on something, it doesn't matter if it's a cleaning or car detailing or whatever, or plumbing or any service business. It's just there will be a period where you're not sure if you will be doing it or not, but still start. You will learn something from it, and if it goes, it's great. You will be building new business from it. If it's not, then you learn at least something, and that will be, like Edison created 1,000 versions of a non-working light bulb, and then it eventually worked. So maybe you will create another project that will be successful. So my suggestion or my advice to small Andrew back then would be, come on, dude, just start. Both ways, if you fail or you not fail, are positive for you and for your growth and for you becoming a better person.
Failure is only failure if you take it as a failure and don't learn anything from it.
Wise words.
Andrew, thank you so much for your time and sharing your story and giving everybody a fresh outlook on, the different ways to do this. It's time and time again that I release these interviews, and again, it's US or Canada, and it seems repetitive. Everybody's, like I mentioned to you off screen, everybody's got a story. Everybody's story is different. The business can be run multiple different ways in different parts of the world. And here you are showing that that is absolutely possible. The software can do that and help you do that. But more importantly, it's you as the business owner having the idea, putting it on, whether it's pen and paper or in the computer, getting it out there and getting started like you did. You went out for 6 months on the weekends to learn how to do it yourself and then start your business. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate you taking the time and sharing all that with us, because it just shows how great this community is and that this industry is just growing more.
Yeah, I'm really grateful that you invited me. I appreciate it. Great product, great interview. And I wish everybody who is using Cooking Koala a lot of success.
Thank you. And to everybody watching, we'll see you next time on another episode.
See you guys.